Hello everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we're looking at a common sight, especially if you've purchased the Premium Deluxe Edition, but today, that all changes. After waiting for over a year, the 787, the Supertanker, and the Dreamlifter have all three received their first updates that fix all of the horrendous LOD, the paint job issues, and I just can't be happier about it. Because after every single update, these three planes were the first ones that I went to see if anything changed. And on the PlayStation 5, we're getting our first sneak preview of these changes. But don't worry, if you're on PC and Xbox, you'll be seeing these changes next week when Sim Update 4 releases. I mean, just look up close. When you're looking at the 787 here, I never understood why the paint looked like this. It's just this matte, boring ugliness. And what it looks like. Oh, man. These issues are the main reasons why I've spent zero time with any of these aircraft. We'll be checking out some other ones as well, like the Chinook PC-24, because there's improvements coming to those as well. But definitely wanted to start the video with these three here. I mean, KLM just looks boring. Bring in that nice shiny coat of paint, and it changes it completely. Looks so much better. I mean, the 787 is such a cool plane, and look how it's just. I don't think I've ever been more annoyed with paint in something like I have been with these aircraft. Like, it just look how much nicer it looks. Oh, that matte paint should be thrown away and never used again. So nice. But moving on, we're going to go over to the Dreamlifter now, which had very horrendous liveries. You can already see on the engine there, and we'll get some other examples going for you. But if we switch on over to what you'll be seeing next week, got a new coat of paint, a little bit of a different color. One thing I've noticed is Atlas Air, or operated by Atlas Air, is removed from the bodywork. Not really sure why that was changed. You still see it on the nose gear though, as we'll see a little bit later. Next, we have these fantastic things floating above the engines and a little bit in front of it. There was just so many odd things, and anytime I would take it out to fly it, it just frustrated me. Like, it just ruins the experience flying. If you go into external camera or showcase, and those floating things you're seeing, it's just like, you know what? Go back in the hangar. I'm done with it. Even the people are walking around it. They're excited. But going under the wing here, you can see as you're moving the camera and getting further or closer, or wherever you're at, more of the livery would break. That's all gone now, thankfully. It's just, it's hard to believe the day has finally arrived. We've waited, and these stupid floating lights, they're gone. I'm just telling you now, spoiler alert. You can now look under the belly of the Dreamlifter and not see floating lights, not see the livery on the engines breaking, things popping in and out under the gears, because all of those LOD improvements are across the board. Because you can see what I'm talking about. As you get further away from the plane, more of the details on the strut of the nose gear disappears. You can see the liveries are breaking in and out. And a little magic trick, the nose gear floats at a certain distance. Of course, now that's all changed. Doesn't matter how far away you are from the aircraft. Thanks. Can you get out of the way, sir? Thank you. But no matter how far away you go, you're not losing any more detail, and the Dreamlifter just looks awesome. For this shot, it might be a bit difficult. There's a couple black specks of whatever above the aircraft. Of course, those are now gone as well. And no matter what angle you're looking at the Dreamlifter, it just looks nice. It really does. And I can't wait to put some hours into these planes finally. I really wasn't expecting it to take this long to get these fixes in, but hey, better late than never. The Supertanker had all the same issues that I showed you on the Dreamlifter. Here you can see things are loading in and out on the wing. The flaps are all glitchy at a certain distance. As we get closer, you see more of the gears get more detail as you get closer. After the fact, of course, the wing is perfect. The new paint job and the gears have all their detail, even from that far distance. Very, very nice. Another example of the LOD issues in that matte paint you can see up close now. As we get closer to the nose, more and more details will start popping in. And you see where we're going. Shiny paint, beautiful LOD, all that beautiful detail. We also have an extra thing, I'll kind of zoom in on it. Thought that was interesting. The spirit of John Muir is on the nose now. Don't know what the significance of it is, but I like the touch. This was always funny to me. The Boeing 10R. One of my favorite aircraft in the world. Oh, man. And then, of course, now you can actually see the lovely Global Supertanker logo on the belly of it. Just like with the Dreamlifter, the lovely magical floating nose wheel is no longer there. And our final shot of the Supertanker, just some more LOD issues that we were seeing, things popping in and out, and for whatever reason, a complete reset of the lighting on the wing right there. Terrible. Before we wrap up the video, I wanted to kind of mention a few other things I've noticed from some other aircraft that you can expect from Sim Update 4. We're currently sitting in the Chinook, which it takes about 20 seconds or a little bit more in order for the full cockpit to fully load and not be blurry in the dials. After Sim Update 4 releases, it all loads instantly, so some great optimization to the Chinook. If you've flown the PC-24 with a gamepad, Xbox controller or whatnot, you would know for a bit the throttle was broke. It would go from 0 to 100 and then 100 to 0 instantly. There was no way of controlling the throttle. That has thankfully now been fixed, so you have full throttle control again with a controller. Continuing with the PC-24, we're moving over to auto throttle, and if you've flown it, you know what the issue is. It would get to the speed, but then it would drop down about 10 knots, and it would keep going back and forth and creating this obnoxious noise. After some pretty decent amount of testing, I haven't seen that happen anymore, so it looks like auto throttle is finally doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the last thing for the PC-24, apparently it was using double the amount of fuel, which it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore. So if you've been complaining about fuel consumption in the 24, it is no longer doing that. The Cessna Citation Longitude was having some LOD issues as well, so if you move the camera back a little bit, you would be losing the antennas on the top and bottom of the aircraft, as well as kind of a weird reset of the paint on the outside of the aircraft would be going on as well. That is no longer the case. No matter how far away you go, you're no longer losing detail, and the paint job is no longer switching things up. For this, I'm not sure if it's just a Sim Update 4 beta thing or if this is in Sim Update 3 as well. The co-pilot's sitting on the tail of the Beechcraft Baron G58, and I was not able to replicate that on the PlayStation 5. And the last thing I have for you today is the Cessna Citation CJ4 no longer has seatbelts sticking out of the right side of the aircraft. And there we have it, folks. Again, this isn't everything. I'm sure we'll see some other things improved with other aircraft around the sim. We already know the PC-12's hypoxia issue is resolved, but things like the H-225 still hasn't received its first update. The 737's dome light still doesn't turn off. The HUD is also not set up correctly. But other than that, I mean, I'm so happy we're finally at this point where the planes that have been broken for such an extended amount of time are finally receiving some love. I barely can even get through the sentence, and I can't wait to fly those planes and seeing some other fixes for other planes. It's awesome. Sim Update 4 is shaping up to be fantastic. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.